Okay, here we go. Hi skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
And I'm Allie.
Allie and I are here today to finally do our review of these Lenz 6.0 heated socks. Way back, it was like 3 months ago, we sat here and basically I had just gotten my first pair, and Allie kind of walked me through the setup and then also went through some troubleshooting steps because Allie has a lot of experience with them. Unfortunately, as you may know if you follow our channel, I broke myself, so I wasn't able to ski for a while, which made it tough to test socks. But I've been back for a little while now, and I'm happy to report that I've had a significant amount of days in them. I'm wearing them right now. Allie's wearing hers right now. And I thought a fun way to do this review would kind of just be to talk about today, because we filmed some Rosignol skis this morning. We had a planned kind of video shoot day, and when I woke up and checked the temperature at my house this morning, it was -20. So pretty darn cold.
Yeah.
But a great day to test Lenz socks. And I guess before we get into today's experience, I'm really happy with the way these fit.
Yeah, the fit of the 6.0 is much better in my ski boots than the 5.0, the previous 5.0. I even had the 1.0, which I really liked because it was their thinnest version previous to the 6.0.
Yep.
But they keep getting better. They're improving their gloves next year. They're just, every version they come out with, they've just refined what they need to.
Yeah, so this 6.0 is the Merino wool blend. It's a compression sock, and it's also the toe cap heating element. So pretty cool sock. And I'll admit that I was kind of skeptical about the fit when I first got them. I've tested some other heated socks, and I've tested some other Lenz back. It was probably the 1.0. And I have a very tight-fitting Alpine boot, 98 last. I downsized as far as the men's size range will allow me to. And I pretty much thought that these weren't going to work in those boots. So my first few test days were in a wider touring boot. Not much wider, but it is a more forgiving fit. And that was kind of in my head. I was like, these are the boots I'm going to have to use these socks with. And then just kind of on a whim, we were sitting the other day, and I had these socks on, and I had my Alpine boots, and I was like, well, I should just try this. And it blew my mind that they fit. It is a little thicker than like ultralight smart wool or something like that, but not much.
But not much, because if you have any sock with padding, this is actually thinner.
Yeah. And I mean, the way that the wires and the heating element sit so flat is really impressive. And I mean, I just want to say kudos to Lenz for like a really, really well designed sock.
Yeah.
So they fit in my super small Nordica Pro machines. So I would venture a guess that these are going to work for like 95% of people out there. Is for fit.
Yeah, last year we got a lot of the 5.0s back because of the fit. They are a little thicker.
Yep.
For that person that's not using them in ski boots or doesn't have a tight-fitting boot, they're still great and a little lower price break. But if you're ever concerned about fit, I doubt that you'd have problems with these in your boots.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if you're in a plug boot or something like that.
Yeah.
But you're going to be cold in the plug boot anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's. I just wanted to say that. I think the fit is phenomenal. It's better than any other heated sock I've ever used in the past, and I was really surprised and impressed that it fit so well in my boot. So back to today.
Yeah.
-20 when we started the day. What did you have your socks set at?
I set mine at 7, which is higher than I average go. I normally am a 5, everyday 5 person, and I really like the interval timing. Normally I do a 5-minute off, 10-minute on. Today I actually reduced my time off. The reason I do that is I don't like to sweat because that ends up making me colder, so I like that turn off. It really makes you feel that warmth when it turns back on. So you can play with the range. Today I had 10 minutes on, 3 minutes off.
Cool.
It was just enough to get my toes to start cooling down. It started being like, ooh, I'm getting cold. And then all of a sudden they turn right back on.
Yeah, you mentioned we were on the lift one time this morning and you were like, yeah, ready for my socks to come back on.
Yep.
But it's cool. I mean, it's nice hearing that from you, that you feel like you can kind of regulate temperature a little bit better by having that interval. For me this morning, I just kept them on 5 the whole time. And I know what you mean with sweaty feet. I feel like my feet are going to sweat regardless of what I do.
Yeah.
I just generally, that's what happens when my feet are in ski boots. But yeah, I was super comfortable. I guess my heels got a little cold at one point this morning, but yeah, my toes felt fine.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that's different from the 1.0, where the 1.0 went over the whole foot. But generally, like, it's pretty few and far between days that you would need your heel to be warm.
Yeah.
And at that point, go in and have a hot chocolate.
Right, and it wasn't bad by any means. I mean, if I wasn't wearing these socks today, basically what I said in the written portion of the article is, like, I bet I would have lasted about a run and a half before I wouldn't necessarily need to go inside, but I would have started getting kind of panicky.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, like I really don't like when my toes are that cold.
Mm-hmm.
And today would have been one of those days where
painful.
they were just brutally cold.
Yeah.
So -20, we were both in our Lenz socks today, and they performed admirably.
I even had the gloves on.
Yeah, Allie's like a full heated skier. So yeah, I'm very happy with them. I think the most important thing to get across is, for me personally, is the fit and the way they fit. Just a much lower profile fit than I expected, and really easy to use. You know, when we went through that setup process, it kind of seemed like a lot to me, but after just a few days of using them, they're super simple.
It becomes like second nature. I do recommend if people are getting them, they come with rubber bands and they have colors. So if you want to remember which foot is what, you use 2 different color bands. If you've got gloves and socks, I use different colors depending on what I'm using them for. So that every day I don't have to worry about resyncing them. I plug them in, I look at my phone, and there they are. Turn them on.
Yep. Yeah, and the rubber bands are nice too, because it helps keep them organized in storage.
Yep.
You kind of rubber band them back to back so the elements are on the outside.
Yep.
It's really nice. Rubber bands are a simple thing, but it's really nice having them. Super simple to use. The one thing that was a little bit confusing to me is we realized that you need to have your batteries plugged into your sock when you're connected to the app for them to display the correct amount of battery.
Yeah, or even to do anything, you'll notice that, like, if you open your app and your sock isn't plugged to your battery, it's just going to show a gray battery or even a spinning wheel. You're not going to be able to play with it until it's actually plugged into power, and that's because it's not drawing power, which makes your battery last longer when it's not attached.
Yep. And then the last kind of recommendation that I personally would just want to make is I'd strongly encourage you to use the cell phone app.
Oh, yes.
It's really easy to use. It's incredibly intuitive. It feels pretty darn cool when you pull your phone out on the chairlift and you turn your socks up next to some people that have no idea what you're doing. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm just turning my socks up. No big deal."
You only get 3 temperature ratings with the buttons, and as I said today, I don't really go above 7.
Yeah.
You can go to 10. I've hit 10 once this year.
Yep.
I was just getting a little uncomfortable and did it for a hot second. But you have just a much more better range to make sure you're not over sweating and you're staying warm.
Yeah, it's just way more accurate with where you can kind of get the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
So strongly recommend using the app. I was coaching a pretty long competition, and throughout the day it was just having so much fun because I wasn't actively skiing, so I could take my phone out whenever I wanted, and I was going back and forth from 2 to 9, just all right, I need a little bit of heat, and then just
that's where that interval would help you.
Well, while coaching, I did the intervals on my own.
There you go.
But it was just really cool just having that ability, and it made me think of different applications for them, like race parents.
Hockey parents.
Right, I was thinking about, in high school, I was a Nordic ski racer, and, my parents would come out and stand at a Nordic ski race for, 2 hours.
Hunters, ice fishing. There's so many applications for these socks.
But really cool, and really cool that the 6.0 works in a precision fit ski boot. So that's it. Lenz socks, anything you want to add?
No, just stay warm out there. I'm all fully batteried up, and I highly recommend being comfortable while skiing.
Yeah, it's pretty much a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, another thing I put in the article is I don't think you ski in yours about every day.
Yeah, I've got 35 days on these so far this year.
Yep. I don't expect that I'll ski in mine every day, but I'm going to be much more willing to take them if I'm on the fence now that I know that they work in all my boots.
Mm-hmm.
So, great product from Lenz. Highly recommend checking them out. I totally think it's worth the investment, especially because you then have the batteries and you can use them for different products and stuff like that. So if you're willing to make the initial investment, it's just, once you're set up with all your Lenz products, it's pretty amazing.
They even have a heat bandage for your back, so you buy it for your socks. You can use it for after après skiing, relaxing your back muscles.
Right.
So.
Pretty cool. As always, let us know if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to call us if you've bought Lenz socks from us and you're having trouble. Allie here is probably the world's biggest Lenz expert.
Troubleshooting expert.
Really, really good at troubleshooting and walking people through problems. So don't hesitate to leave a comment on this video or give us a call. We'll see you guys on the slopes. We'll be out there when it's -20 and we'll be really comfortable.
And warm.
Yeah. Thank you.